going to go over the Illuminate interim for the reading informational text. And you have a handout that is enlarged here, but it looks like this. And you should see the RI on the top left of your handout. And we did the literature one already. This is the one that is dealing with informational text. So, and it looks like this. The actual text is right here. It's two sides, here and here. Now we know that one strategy that we want to do first and foremost is to preview the questions, but I do want you to take a look at the title. Thank you. The title, the title and the little blurb after it, because we do need to know what type of text this is. This is informational, which means it's not a book, it's not a play, it's not a poem, it's factual, and it's maybe printed in a newspaper or online for people to look at and read and learn about society or politics or culture. So this starts with question 8. You'll find these questions are a little bit different than how the literary one was, the one about the made-up story. So I just wanted to preview here. The very first thing we should do is to scope out where we're going to find the questions and what type of questions these are. So this is the strategy that begins with the WH questions, and we're finding these WH words that start the actual question. And it's important, remember, one of our takeaways is to analyze the question. So this says, what connection, okay, do the authors draw between victims' views on punishment and the justice system? So what I want to do is circle the WH question, what? And then I'd like to write on a piece of paper, I'm going to write question 8, and I'm going to write connection. So that I can, remember, I can't write or annotate on Illuminate or MCAS, but I can use my scrap piece of paper. And that's what I'm looking for number 8, is a connection. And a connection between what? A connection between the victim's views, so I have to figure out who the victims are, who might those people be, and the justice system. So I'm looking at a connection and something similar, right? Something similar between these two things when I read. Now, that's all I'm going to do. I want to go on to question 9, the next one. Again, I'm going to find my WH question, which is right here, and it's which. So this is, remember, which questions are very specific, and they're giving you a specific place to go. So this says, which sentence best shows how the details blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to get into the rest of it right now. I'm concerned with what I'm looking for, the thing I'm looking for. So for number 9, I'm going to write on my scratch paper, we need details about reconciliation. Details about. Now, I don't need to know what reconciliation means right now. I'm just going to write it down because I bet you it'll be in the text. So here on my scratch paper, I'm writing the theme that comes after the WH question. And then I'm going to go on to 10. This is a main purpose question. And I spoke with a lot of you folks about what that means for looking back to the text. And remember that a main purpose question is really thinking about the thesis of the text or the main claim. And that comes at the beginning of the text. Primarily in the introduction, sometimes at the beginning, sometimes at the end. And what I'm looking for here, I'm going to actually use, so I'm going to mark 10, and I'm going to put main purpose, and I'm also going to look at beginning. So beginning. Now we're just outlining where we're going, so that's what I'm writing on my scratch paper right here. So let's go on to 11. According to the passage, how might restorative justice affect the justice system of the United States? So this is like the whole passage, right? And so this is something that I might want to look at throughout beginning, middle, and end of the passage. And that I'm going to write down right here. So it's a little loud, so I'm just going to end this very quickly. So I'm going to look at all the passage. Okay. And finally, 12, this is our double two-parter question. Remember, we had those before. We're dealing with a part A, and part A, we're looking for, here's our WH word, and we're looking for which statement, central idea. So again, central idea is really going to come about, it's like the main purpose. It's like the thing that we're writing in the text. So it'll be by the thesis. And then we have to look at B, which detail from the text supports the answer to part A. So look, we need to take which quote down here is the best support for here. When I deal with a double question, I do want to consider them together. The one strategy I really want you to encourage you to use would be the yellow dot strategy, which is looking at like words or patterns just at the word level between different A, B, C, D choices. And remember, you're noticing the like words and you're really putting your attention on the word that follows. The bring, the ensure, the prevent, the reduce. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, does that have a positive tone or negative tone? And then remember, I go back to the passage and I think, okay, according to this whole passage, am I looking for something that's positive, bringing an end? That could be positive, right? Bringing an end to the current system of punishing people. Or am I looking for something that is on the opposite side, which would be the negative or the reverse? All right, so we're going to stop here, and then you're good to go.